Hello, welcome to Unequal Sequel
Extra.
It's finally time. The time you've all been waiting for. We've been dragging this out for quite a long time, actually, and people have been looking forward to it. It is our big yearly roundup.
Yes,
Yay.
The big yearly roundup.
Yay! Lots of people, lots of reputable film sites and magazines, they do it like mid-December. And they kind of cut off the end of December, and they might miss classics like Sonic 3 or Mufasa, the Lion Kingdom, and
Craven the Hunter.
You don't want to miss those ones. And also, some people do it at the end of the year, and that's a good time of it. But we were a little bit behind because at the end of 2024, lots of sequels were released in a very small period. So we had to watch them and review them. We've now watched those sequels. We've all caught up. I think we've watched every sequel and pretty much prequel from last year.
I think so.
Maybe.
I'm sure we've probably missed a couple.
I thought of a prequel we've missed. We missed the first Omen, but that we probably missed that before we decided to do unequal prequels. So
and I think we missed Terrifier maybe as well, like
Terrifier 3
or something.
We missed, and we missed Maxime, the third film in the.
Oh yeah, we should have watched that. Really,
we should have done, but we were busy. So
I keep meaning to go back and watch all three of those. Just because I feel like I should.
Well, don't put pressure on yourself. We don't have to. We watch enough. We've watched enough.
I know, that's true. That's true.
So now, lots of people celebrate the end of the year. We had to caught up. And now, towards the end of January, here it is, the big yearly roundup. We will tell you our best sequels / prequels of 2024. We will then give you our worst sequels of 2024, and we will then look forward to 2025 and tell you our most anticipated sequels of the upcoming year, and then we'll try and have some guesses of what will do well and what will do badly. And I think that would be quite fun because we'll probably get that wrong quite a lot, to be honest.
Yeah, I imagine so.
So, Rich, 2024.
Yeah.
Sequel-wise, do you want me to tell you what we watched?
Go for it. We watched quite a lot, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think compared to like other years, I think this might be the most reviews we've done.
Maybe
23 might have been a lot. But yeah,
it felt like it. Well, it wasn't going to be 21 when there's a pandemic or whatever it was. Last year had a writer's strike though, so. But that didn't really stop.
Didn't really slow down the sequels.
It stopped some of the sequels coming out. Do you remember Dune 2 was meant to come out last year and it came out this year?
Oh, yeah.
This year, 24.
True.
So maybe this year was fuller a little bit more than what came out last year. But it did seem like we were reviewing sequels / prequels all the time, like most weeks. We very rarely did an anniversary or a ranking of sorts. But we were busy, kept busy. So here we are. I'll let you know what we did. So, Madam Web, Dune Part 2, Code 8 Part 2, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, Kung Fu Panda 4, Godzilla times Godzilla times Kong the New Empire, Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scargiver, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, Furiosa, Bad Boys 4, Inside Out 2, A Quiet Place Day 1, Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F, Despicable Me 4, Twisters. God, I feel like I'm doing the football pools, whatever it was on the match of the day.
Deadpool and Wolverine 1, Alien Romulus 0.
Beetlejuice, Hellboy the Crooked Man, Joker, Folie à Deux, Transformers 1, Smile 2, Venom the Last Dance, Paddington in Peru, Gladiator 2, Moana 2, Craven the Hunter, Mufasa the Lion King, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and lastly, Wallace and Gromit Vengeance Most Foul.
Okay. I didn't include Wallace and Gromit in my list.
You should.
I probably should have thought of that, shouldn't I?
We are going by UK release dates, okay, ladies and gentlemen. So that's very important. Some films were released, like Rich said, Wallace and Gromit was released in 2025 worldwide on Netflix. But us people in the UK, we got it on Christmas Day on BBC. So very lucky.
Yes.
So I'm squeezing it in. I'm thinking.
I'll also say, like, we did
24.
review Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom in 24, but it came out in 23,
Yes.
so we're not including that, right?
No, because we reviewed Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, and then we did last year's
Gotcha.
big yearly
Okay.
roundup. Okay?
Nice.
So, overall, looking at the year, Rich, how do you feel? Now it's all done and dusted.
I feel it wasn't a vintage year for sequels.
/prequels.
I feel like there were a lot of middly ones in there. I think it's kind of a middly year. Like, when I was looking through it, I was like, and I was picking my best. I was like, yeah, I'm my best, but in maybe another year, these wouldn't be. I don't know.
I felt easier picking my best than this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I felt last year was easier than this year.
I thought it was a better selection this year. And I also thought it was easier to find the bunch of the worst.
I would say worst, definitely easier this. I think there are some worse movies this year than last year, potentially. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not sure there's anything worse than Expendables 4, which came out last year.
That was our worst one last year, yes.
I think there are more movies that I would put in the lower bracket than I would maybe in previous years.
Yes. Have you enjoyed it, though? Did you enjoy going all these films? Did it, going in, when you started the year and you looked at that list of films we were going to do or what was coming out, did it inspire you, like, oh, it's going to be a good one, and are you let down overall?
I don't think so. I don't think I'm let down overall.
That's good. That's good.
I think that it's been a meh year. It's been fine. To like quote one of my catchphrases I seem to have developed.
Yes.
It's been fine. I think, to be honest, I've watched a lot of other movies that are really good this year, and it's made some of the sequels we've had to watch look not as good. I think it's been a middly year.
Yes. Well, as ever, it's been a great year, a good year for film and a bad year for sequels. Again.
Yes, true.
I'll just say it. There have been a few highlights. We will get onto them.
There have
very shortly, but it's always funny because the other day we were watching Day of the Dead, and it was a poor year at the box office apparently because people were bored of sequels and they wanted original content. And then looking at the box office, and it has been a funny year for the box office because certain things
has been strange this year, hasn't it?
Certain films haven't hit that you thought were going to hit, and some films hit that you didn't think were going to hit. But the top 23 films were all some kind of IP, so a sequel or a prequel or existing material or a book.
The top 24 films of 2024 were sequels / remakes / prequels /
based on a book. Yes.
Oh, well, I mean, based on a book that's tenuous, I would say.
It has a built-in fan base. So
not always.
The only original IP, I would say. Well, saying that if you're not adding that, It Ends With Us, which is the Blake Lively romance film, which is in the news at the moment for all the wrong reasons. Apart from that, next on the list at number 24 was If, and that only made 190 million, and behind that is Red One, which is 185 million. But
and that's poo.
That is poo.
Yeah, I think If was fine, but Red One wasn't great.
But what do you think that tells people about what people want to see at the cinema? Do you think, and what the studios are planning to do?
I think it's more about what studios are promoting,
right,
rather than necessarily what people want to see.
Interesting.
I think a lot more promotion goes into those ones they see as like a dead cert. Like, the IP is hot in cinema right now. We're talking about 1984 when people just wanted original content and were complaining about too many sequels. Well, that's not the case. People only go to the cinema. Cinema visits are down massively, and people are only going to the cinema as a luxury. It's a treat. It's not an everyday thing. We're the minority of people who go to the cinema once or twice a week. Yeah. Or, and we know people that go way more than that. Yeah. Matthew Stogden from Sequelizers, who watches every movie at the cinema.
Yeah.
But we go once or twice a week, and that is a lot. That's a lot. Most people go once a month, if that. Once every few months.
Yeah.
Because it's expensive. It's a lot of money to go to the cinema.
Yeah.
So they want to make sure that they're going to see something they know is good, I think, and that, that's worth going to watch. And so I think that's why IP, you get a surer bet going to see something that's based on something else or that follows something else. And so that's where studios are putting their promotion. That's what they're marketing.
And considering expensive, me and my missus was like, shall I get rid of the limitless card, the limitless cards?
Limitless cards, yeah.
And then we looked at the prices, how much it would be just to go to that film for one. I was like, no. We just have to go once a month and you've paid it back.
And it's worth it, yeah.
So our advice is go and get one of them guys if you can afford it. And then you can...
Until they put the prices up.
Well, they just did.
Yeah.
And that's why when something big hits, like a Barbie or Oppenheimer from the other year, that it was such an event and people really went to it. Now, this year, the event films, are you surprised what did hit kind of thing?
A little. I'm a little surprised how well Deadpool Wolverine did, if I'm honest.
I'm not.
I know you're not. I did, because it's R-rated, I didn't think it would do as well as it has.
Yes.
But I'm glad that it did. And also I thought people were a bit over superhero movies, so I wasn't sure it was going to do that well. But I'm glad it has. I'm very surprised how well Despicable Me 4 has done.
Are you? I thought that was going to get up to $1 billion, to be honest. It was close. It was like 40 million off by the end.
It's close to $1 billion, which, I don't know, feels like a lot. But I've not been surprised by... Inside Out 2, I wasn't surprised that was high. And what else is high up there? Dune Part 2, was that high up there?
That was number 5 in the year, was 714 million.
See, I'm surprised that's not higher.
Do you want me to tell you the top 10 quickly?
Yeah, go on then.
So this is how it ended the year. So number 10 was Venom, The Last Dance, with 478.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Solid.
I'm quite surprised that's in the top 10.
Yeah. Number 9, Mufasa the Lion King, 545 million.
Again, I'm surprised that's in the top 10 too. But I suppose that's, it came out at the right time.
Christmas.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 8, Kung Fu Panda 4, 547 million.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Strong. It stayed there throughout the year as well. It's done pretty well.
Yeah.
Number 7, Godzilla and Kong, The New Empire, 571 million.
Again, that's a surprise.
I think that's a surprise. And it stood. That came up early as well. Number 6 is Wicked with 699 million.
That's not a surprise, and that's still showing as well. That's going to go up.
Yeah,
that's still on.
I think 2 will go above that as well because I think.
I think so.
Number 5 is Dune Part 2, 714 million. Number 4 is Despicable Me 4, 969 million. Number 3 is Moana 2, 991 million.
Oh wow! Okay.
So
I'm surprised at that. I'm surprised Moana 2 is that high.
It might eventually. Only needs like 8 more million to get to $1 billion. So I don't know if they can somehow top that up with.
Just goes to show Disney you can churn out any old shit and make $1 billion.
Deadpool and Wolverine is 1.3 billion, and then Inside Out 2 is 1.6.
I mean, that is a really good year for Disney, right?
Well, 1, 2, 3.
3 of the top 5.
4, Lion King is on there, yeah.
Yeah, 4 of the top 10 and 3 of the top 5. The top 3 movies are Disney property, right?
Yes.
Crazy.
The ones I'm surprised it didn't hit a little bit was Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire. Only scrapes 201. Joker, Follow Do, scrapes 206 million in the end. You know what did well? Beetlejuice, 451 million.
Do you know what? Yeah, that did that. I'm surprised that didn't do a bit better than that, actually. I thought Beetlejuice being the top 10. I was surprised Transformers 1 didn't do better.
That only did 129 million. Furiosa only did 173.
That's my biggest surprise, that Furiosa didn't do better.
Yeah.
Paddington in Peru, that didn't do amazing either, did it?
Well, that hasn't even opened in America yet.
Oh, hasn't it? Oh, okay.
It doesn't come out until Valentine's Day.
Oh, wow.
For the Americans. So
that would be why it's not done so well.
But I don't think that'll huge. Well, it will get a few hundred million, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Madam Web got to 100 million in the end. The Fall Guy, which I thought was going to be a big smash when I watched it, only got to 181 million. Smile 2 only did 138 million. Hopefully that's enough.
Yeah, but on a budget of like £4.50 though, wasn't it? So Like, I think you've got to take that in context sometimes. Like, Smile 2 getting over 100 million is like the same as, I don't know, Godzilla versus Kong.
Right, yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
In percentage terms, isn't it? So,
but like profit-wise, yeah. It'd be up there. Well, overall, it was an interesting year in 24 for sequels. But let's go on to let's start positively, and then we'll work our way down. So let's talk about let's talk about our best sequels of 2024.
Okay,
how many have you got? Because I used to say 3, and then you used to come with
3.
5.
Yeah, I've got 3, but I've got 2 honourable mentions.
Okay,
and I could have 3 honourable mentions because I forgot about Wallace and Gromit.
Let's do honourable mentions, and then we'll do our top 3 then.
Okay, so obviously Wallace and Gromit's in my honourable mentions, I've just said, but Inside Out 2 is in my honourable mentions of ones I enjoyed. But my primary honourable mention that almost got into my top 3, and probably my most surprising of the year, is Smile 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we had a most surprising category, Smile 2 would be it.
I think that would be my most surprising film of the year as well. The one I enjoyed the most, that I didn't think I'd have any enjoyment at all.
No, me neither.
And you saw me in the cinema. It made me jump multiple.
You squealed like a little girl.
I think that film, I think Naomi Scott puts in maybe my favourite performance of the year.
Brilliant. Absolutely.
I think she was outstanding. It grabs you from the beginning.
If horror movies got Oscar nominations, she deserves one.
Yeah.
But she won't, because they don't.
It's fantastic. It's really fucking good. And I'm really surprised. And everyone should go and see it. What was the other ones? Inside Out 2?
Inside Out 2, yeah.
That is in my honourable mentions. It's only in our honourable mentions, not in the top 3, whatever. It's because it's good. It is good. But it's not great, I don't think.
No.
And the way I'm looking at films is like, which ones did I enjoy? Which ones are my favourite? I know that some films are going to be like the best films.
Objectively better,
but this is very me and you.
Yeah, I'm not doing what's objectively better. I'm doing what I liked.
Thank you, because then you might not get angry at me later. Yeah. So Inside Out 2 is great. It's good, but it's not great. And thinking about it for the end of the year, is like, which ones do I want to watch again? I haven't really thought that way of Inside Out 2. I'd rather go watch Inside Out 1 again, to be honest.
I've watched Inside Out 2 a couple of times just because my son likes it. So he's really enjoyed it. So he's watched it a couple of times since we watched it.
And how is that?
Yeah, it's all right. I think it's perfectly fine. I think it's not as good as the first one. Like you say, it's good, but it's not great.
Yes.
I think that sums it up perfectly.
Okay. Any more honourable mentions? And I'll get to...
That's it for my honourable mentions.
I've got a few honourable mentions, so sit with me. Okay. My honourable mentions... I'm going to mention Transformers 1. Had a good time. I enjoyed it. Thought it was solid. It should have got a lot more love than it should have done. You can't talk about it properly. My other honourable mentions... Oh, God. It's taken me all day to decide what's going into the top 3 and not. Honourable mentions. Yeah. Furiosa and Mad Max Saga and Deadpool Wolverine. I put them.
I did saw you putting Deadpool and Wolverine in the honourable mentions. It didn't quite make it.
It's fun. It's got a rewatchability about it. I think it's one I would definitely want to watch again pretty soonish, I think about it and I think of enjoyment. I am obsessed with the ending with the Like a Prayer music by Madonna. I've got that on my playlist. I think it's great.
We had a run of movies that we watched where I rated them all very similar. And that was like Beverly Hills Cop, Despicable Me 4, Twisters, Deadpool, Wolverine, Alien, Romulus, Beetlejuice. Pretty much all kind of good, but again, in that good but not great for me category. Yeah.
Furiosa is also my honourable mentions, which again, it is good. But it's not great like Fury Road. And I enjoyed parts of it, but I didn't enjoy all of it. But I thought everyone was very good in it. Anya Taylor-Joy. I really want George Miller to make another Mad Max film. And I'm not quite sure if that's going to happen now because the man's a fucking genius.
And yet, it's one of your highest rated movies of the year.
Well, this is the thing. Look at the list. What I've come back with now, I feel objectively different to what I rated them. Does that make sense? Is that allowed?
Yeah, that makes that. Yeah, it's allowed. Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely, you're allowed to change your mind.
Okay, good. Okay, let's go on to your number 3 then.
So my number 3 is Dune Part 2.
Dune Part 2. Rich.
Yeah.
It's my number 3 as well.
Ah, nice. Okay, good. I think that's where it sits. I think it's a great movie. It's not as good as the first Dune, which I really loved.
No.
But parts of it are stunning and incredible. And I left the cinema with a weird feeling inside.
Yeah.
Like this movie has affected me somehow. And I think that's something you can, that speaks testament to what a great movie it is.
Yeah. It looks and sounds. It's probably the best looking and best sounding film of the year.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And as in cinema experiences for a big screen, like performance viewing, that was the best. Watch it in IMAX. Fucking hell, it was great. Like, everyone's really good in
incredible.
it. It's truly what they make cinema for. It really is. It's a big budget sci-fi film.
The sound, the visual, everything about it is amazing.
Yeah.
Just the story isn't quite there.
some of it's just walking through a desert and it's pretty dull.
Yeah. But then some of Lord of the Rings is just having a little walk, isn't it?
No, but I was about to, talk about the sandworms and how cool that is, and Timothée Chalamet's very good in it, and Zendaya's very good in it, and I liked a bit at the end when they're like, fucking well, what's going here, and they're all riding worms, and it's great, and it's got that really kick-ass ending when you think, hang on, this is not kind of going the way we all thought it was going to be, and he's going to be a hero kind of figure, and he's like, oh no, he's the bad guy kind of, he's going to be kind of thing. And obviously now it's all been greenlit. We are going to get the Dune Messiah, the closer of the trilogy, much sooner than I thought we were going to get it. I think we're going to get it in the next 2 years, maybe. I think Denis Villeneuve is going straight into it. So that's going to be interesting.
I think he wants to get it done and out the way so we can get onto something else interesting. I think that's the impression I get.
That's not what he said. He said he can't get it out of his brain, so he has to get it out of his brain.
Okay.
But obviously, maybe Warner Brothers, was it Warner Brothers? Not quite sure. Just went, here's fuckloads of money. Because both these films have done pretty well at the box office. They're a talking point.
Oh, yeah.
And they always do wellish around the Oscar scenes. I'm not quite sure if this one will be up there for that this year.
I don't know. It could be. Best director, maybe. Could be. Visual effects.
Oh, yeah. Sound.
Yeah.
Cinematography.
Yeah. Sound design. Yeah. Cinematography. Yeah.
But sometimes they save them for the closer, like the Return of the King kind of thing. Because
True.
Two Towers should have got everything as well, because it's a much better film. Okay. Number 2, then.
Okay.
Number two.
So my number 2 or your number 2?
You go, because I think I know what it's going to be.
Transformers 1.
It's not what I thought it was going to be.
You've already mentioned it. Transformers 1, my second favourite. Not a sequel. It's a prequel.
Yes, we
reviewed it.
We verged into prequels this year. That's
we
fine.
did, yeah. But it's my second favourite thing we've watched. It's criminal that these movies haven't got the love they deserve. Honestly, it's such a good movie. I watched it again with my son, and we watched Transformers 1 and we watched Godzilla times Kong on the same day.
Right.
And he liked Godzilla times Kong and loved Transformers 1.
That's good.
So that was good. Even though he was playing with Godzilla and Kong toys at the time, like as he was watching the movies. But yeah.
That's fine.
So we watched them both on the same day, and it's still great, and I still love it, and I'll watch it again and again, I think.
It is good because you are a huge, huge, huge Transformers fan, especially that original animated film from...
Yeah, the original 80s stuff. Yeah, definitely. That was a lot of my childhood.
So going into that, I was like, I wonder what you're going to make of this. And we went and watched that one together. And I remember we were sitting there, we had a really, really good blast with it.
Really good time.
Really fun. We enjoyed the soundtrack. We enjoyed all the little jokes. The animation's cool. We liked the turns. We liked the voices. We were worried about a little bit at the beginning.
No, I really like the voice actors. Yeah, I think they were really good.
Didn't miss Peter Cullen.
Brian Tyree Henry as D27 or whatever it is, and then Megatron. He's great. Megatron's the best character in that.
I love Bumblebee in that film.
His change is incredible. Yeah, Bumblebee is also good.
It's fun.
But yeah, he's fun. But yeah, Megatron, amazing.
Yeah.
And there was a point where my son turned to me and he was like, his eyes have gone orange. And I was like, keep watching, dude.
Yes, he has. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that one's up there for you. I did wonder where it was going to come. I'm glad I mentioned it earlier and I didn't disappoint you that it was one of my bad films. So, yeah, it's a great film. How do you think we can make people go and see it, though? Because
I don't know, mate. I think it's going to be a streaming one. I think I read an article the other day that said it's like one of the most streamed movies now. It's hit streaming. So
oh, that's good.
Apparently, loads of people have paid to watch it. So that's a good thing, right?
Hopefully we get that Transformers 2. I imagine they're going to call it. They're not going to call it Transformers 1 Part 2. That would just be.
I don't know, but I hope we get a sequel to it.
Yeah.
It deserves one.
Yeah, because the live action Transformers are always, I'm going to call them hard work to watch now.
They are hard work to watch. I much prefer an animated one. I think animation lends itself to Transformers so much better than that live action Michael Bay nonsense.
Yes. Well, yeah, after watching the last few Michael Bay films, Bumblebee's still great, though.
Bumblebee's great. And Rise of the Beasts was okay.
I completely forgot about Rise of the Beasts, so...
It was okay. It wasn't any more than okay, though, right?
Yeah. This is now the best Transformers film we've had since... Well, you think it's the best one since the first animated?
It's the best one since '86 movie, yeah okay. I would say, for me.
I would still put it behind the first Transformers Michael Bay film, so animated '86.
I'd put Bumblebee ahead of that first Michael Bay one.
Yes, no, I wouldn't. I would maybe put Bumblebee... I don't know. There's a lot of them. I definitely can tell you what the shit ones are because they're awful. My number 2,
yes,
and again you're going to make is Wallace and Gromit: Vengeance Most Foul.
Okay, yeah, I figured it probably would be. Yeah,
just slipped in there. UK release, BBC iPlayer. Very personal film because I love Wallace and Gromit so much. I've grown up with these dudes, and I was very worried going in because I thought it was going to be awful, because how can you do a sequel to The Wrong Trousers, one of the greatest movies ever made, even though it's only like 45 minutes or something? It's still a movie. And the return of Feathers McGraw, and I remember watching that first trailer and losing my shit, and then I really loved it. And I watched it again before we reviewed it, and I was like, I can watch this again. I can watch this every day of the week. I think it plays that well, and there's that many jokes that you see the first time, then second time, and even if you go to the third time, there's still going to be stuff scattered around on the screen that you're going to keep getting. And I think that's a sign of a good movie. I think the claymation is beautiful. It's great. It hasn't aged today. The guy who's now Wallace is great. Replacing Peter Sellers.
Really surprising actually. Yeah, very good. You're right. It is really good, and yeah, it might have troubled my top 3. I don't think it would have troubled my top 3, but it would have been it's definitely in my honourable mentions.
I was more hot on you, but I think it's because I just love them. And I thought it's probably a very personal thing that, there might be better films. Like we said, there's probably better made films, but we're doing this from a very me and you point of view and our favourites.
Yeah.
Different categories of which ones we can watch again, which ones we enjoyed, which ones stay with us more. And I think Wallace and Gromit and The Vengeance Most Foul, like I said in the review, I don't think it's as good as The Wrong Trousers, because The Wrong Trousers is definitely up there as one of the best sequels ever, because it is the sequel to A Grand Day Out. It gets very confusing and a bit murky if we're all going to get really diving into it. But this is an official sequel, and it's great, and the animation's great. And I think hopefully people around the world crack into the British sense of humour, because Aardman is a very British sense of humour.
Yeah, very British, yeah.
Like,
true.
Most things that come out of the policeman's mouth of Peter Kay would confuse most people around the world. But it's great, and I really enjoyed it.
I saw something today. At the end of the policeman sat there and he's reading like Retired Policeman's Monthly.
Yeah.
Someone zoomed into that, and the article is written by somebody called Laura Norder. Laura Norder.
This is the detail why I love it so much.
Amazing.
It's genius. It's absolutely genius. And I know we probably won't get another one for another 5 years or whatever of Wallace and Gromit.
No,
because they take ages to make and whatnot. But I feel very lucky that we did get it in the end, because I definitely never thought we'll see Feathers McGraw back. I thought, because it's been 31 years since that happened, it makes me feel very old. And I'm very, and they eventually, they brought him back, and he didn't disappoint. He's a proper fucking bad guy. He has his bad Bond entrance. He's gets away at the end, so leaves it open for another one. Yeah, great. But I can understand why it's not in your top 3.
Yeah, it's close. And yeah, it is close. Definitely.
Yeah. Your number 1.
Okay. My number 1. Okay, before I do my number 1, I have to do an honourable mention that I didn't mention because I didn't want to give away what my number 1 was, because I thought if I say this is an honourable mention, Dave's going to be like that. But it's Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is an honourable mention.
Okay.
It should be in there. It's not in my top 3, but it was an incredible movie.
It was good.
My number 1 is Furiosa.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
Dave, you knew what you knew it.
Yes. I did think Kingdom was going to come in there at number 2.
This year, I think. So, sorry.
I'm just saying, I thought Kingdom might be in there in number 2 or 3.
I don't. I just think Transformers 1 and Dune Part 2 just edged Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I really liked it.
It's solid.
It just didn't quite make it. But Furiosa for me, I really loved it. It's my best movie that we've reviewed this year.
Right.
I don't know if it's the best movie I've seen this year, but it's the best movie that we've done on the podcast this year. I really enjoyed it. I would watch it again in a heartbeat. I think Anya Taylor-Joy is incredible in it. And yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, did it more to you, it got closer to Fury Road, didn't it, than it did for me?
It did, yeah. I know you weren't quite there with it, or not quite as much as I was. You didn't think it was quite as good as Fury Road. I think it's up there with Fury Road for me.
Yeah, because I had problems with the visual effects and the pacing of it. But I remember sitting and you just like, I fucking loved it from start to beginning. And there are some really good scenes in it. And I can see, it's kind of more your film because they develop, it's less, compared to Fury Road, it's less manic. It builds onto the character of Furiosa a bit more.
Oh, and there are little things like just Max in his car on top of the mountain and stuff.
Nice.
Like, yeah, I love that. I love it.
And the little extra characters. What's his name?
Yeah.
Jack. Great character. The one in the war rig. The love interest.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, I can't remember now. I've lost my brain.
It also has a great first scene with Furiosa's mother being an absolute kick-ass.
Oh, I love that. Absolutely loved it. Oh, Tom Burke. Praetorian Jack.
That's it.
Yeah.
And also Chris Hemsworth as Dementor. He's fucking great in that film.
Dr. Dementus, yeah, he's really good, right?
Really brings the personality. Good. I mean, a lot of people say you can't even tell it's him. You can tell it's him.
You definitely
They've just given him a bigger nose.
Yeah. You can definitely tell it's him. It's because they're not used to him with an Australian accent, I don't think.
Yeah.
Like, that's actually how he speaks. Like, that's his accent.
And it's all filmed in Australia, and it all looks great, apart from some of
does look great.
Some of the dodgy CGI this time around. But no one makes those kind of films apart from George Miller. So if we don't get another one of these, I'm not quite sure.
For me, it drops half a star for the dodgy CGI, but otherwise it's perfect.
Did it disappoint you when you didn't go in? You were okay with it, weren't you?
No, I didn't. Didn't disappoint me at all. No, not at all. I mean, I struggled to find criticism of it, really. Like, I really, really liked it. I really enjoyed it.
And it's quite rewatchable.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's rewatchable, yeah, definitely. In fact, talking about it now, I might go and watch it later.
Exactly, that's the point, yeah. I would still watch Fury Road over it, but it's fine. Yeah, how sad are you that we might not get another one?
I'm quite sad, because I like all the Mad Max movies. It's a franchise I really like.
Because it's a bit mad.
I would happily go back to. I think Mad Max Road Warrior, the second one, is one of my favourite movies.
Are you surprised that no one's ever picked that on the podcast? Because I am.
They have, haven't they?
No one's picked Road Warrior.
Are you sure?
I haven't rewatched it.
Is it only Fury Road?
Someone threatened to watch it once, and we nearly got to pick it, and then they changed their mind.
Oh, and they changed their mind. Yeah, I was going to say, I've definitely watched it for the podcast. Can you remember who it was that changed their mind?
No.
I can't remember. But it was definitely no hard slog having to watch it again. No. Because, I think, Road Warrior, I think, is one of my favourite movies. So, yeah, no hard slog watching that again.
Do you think someone else could make a Mad Max film, apart from George Miller?
I hope so, because I don't know how long we've got George Miller for. So, I hope so. I don't know.
It'd be interesting.
I hope someone could do something like they did with Predator, with Prey, and we come back to it in a few years' time, maybe, and look at it at a different angle.
Yes. But would you just want to see a film like about the wasteland in that time, and doesn't have to be connected to these characters?
It doesn't have to be connected. No.
Why do you not think people turned out for it as much as they did for Fury Road and made like 600 million or whatever?
I don't know. I'm really surprised about that. I think maybe
because the marketing was big.
I think there's a bit of sexism in it.
Yes,
like it's a female main character, and I think they get people like, oh, I'm not going to watch a Mad Max film with no Max in it. Like, I don't know. I think maybe there's some of that, but they're wrong. It's incredibly good. I don't know. I don't know why people didn't go out for it.
The lack of Mad Max, even though Furiosa is the best thing about Fury Road.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you, Dave. It baffles me. It really does.
Out of all the films that underperformed this year, that was the one that I was like, I can't. I don't know why that's happened.
Surprise, right? Because that's not even bothering the top 10, is it? Furiosa in terms of.
I don't think it got its budget back, or even nearly close.
And surprisingly, like loads of the films I liked this year didn't make any money.
Transformers, yeah. Thank God June did.
Yeah. Well, yeah, June did.
Yeah,
but even like the non-sequel movies I liked this year, I don't think made any money either.
No.
So
I don't know what films to now do if they're not going for Oscars or awards and not sequels or prequels. I think that's a struggle. Unless you've got
it's a shame.
And I don't think even big names help anymore, to be honest.
No.
Like The Fall Guy, which is I think a remake or somewhat of the original Fall Guy.
It was a TV show.
Yeah.
The Fall Guy was a TV show. It was the guy from $6 Million Man.
There we go.
I can't remember what his name is.
That had Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt, big names. Still only made 181 million. And that had a lot of marketing. So I don't know. But how would 30 seconds make people go and watch Mad Max Fury Road? Not Fury Road.
You can't because it's not cinema anymore. But go and stream it.
I meant the other one.
It's incredible. It looks great. It sounds amazing.
Sounds good, yeah.
The acting performances in it are incredible. You'll see Chris Hemsworth in a different way. Anya Taylor-Joy is amazing. It's just a beautiful movie, and you should love every second of it.
Yeah, and it was different compared to what else was going on this year.
Yeah, and it's not the same old shit.
It's also not the film you think it's going to be. There's parts of it.
Yeah,
it's not quite Fury
true.
Road. It's got a bit more. Not hard wouldn't be the word.
It's not a straight out road movie.
No,
like Fury Road is. It's different.
It's a bit weirder, maybe. A bit stranger.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway, talking about strange and weird, shall I make some people angry?
Oh, okay. Go on then.
My favourite sequel. So not the best sequel. We've done this. My favourite sequel of the year that I enjoyed the most, I think, looking back on it, is Bad Boys 4: Ride or Die.
Is it though? I'm shocked, Dave, because you didn't even bother your looking at what you scored things at the time. It wasn't even that close.
Yeah, I gave it 5.5, and that's strong. And I think that the highest I gave was a 6. So, not far off. But it's the one that I would go and watch again. And thinking about it, I loved watching it. I really, really enjoyed it. Like, I know it's not like a good film. I'm fully aware there are problems with it. And, I know it's not going to win any Oscars or awards or anything like that. And it's got some mad, shitty bits in it. And some of the writing's awful, obviously. But Martin Lawrence and Will Smith back together again, absolutely kicking ass. And I know you know who the bad guy is straight away. But this film ends in like a deserted, like not even theme park, like a wildlife park, where there is an albino crocodile / alligator just roaming free.
Yeah.
And he sighs like it's a bad thing. It's fucking great.
It's not. It's really not. But what I will say is, I'm proud of you for picking it.
I thought about this long and hard, and I thought, what film has made me most happy this year? And that's what I'm trying to really go on with. Do things that make me happy.
That's fair enough.
And watch things that make me happy. And Bad Boys 4: Ride or Die just puts a massive grin on my face.
Wow. I would say of those movies that all came back this year, I would have watched Beverly Hills Cop Axel F over Bad Boys 4 easily.
Absolutely not.
I
I mean, yeah, you did rate it that way as well. I can't explain it. I just really loved it. And I remember me and my wife coming out of it and going, that was so much fun. And it's better than Bad Boys 3 and Bad Boys 2. And I don't think it's better than Bad Boys 1, because Bad Boy 1 is a bit of a different movie, to be honest, when you're thinking about it. But it was nice that the directors, I think, understand the property and who they're working with, as in Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. And they know that Lawrence can't do quite the stuff that he used to be able to, or at all. No. But fuck, he is so fucking funny in that movie. Like, laugh.
Is he though?
Yes, it's laugh out loud funny.
I found him the worst thing about the movie. I didn't find him funny at all.
I know. It's just one of these movies this year that both me and you really disagreed with.
Well, I mean, we didn't rate it very differently. I think you gave it 5.5 and I gave it 4.
5.5's high for me.
That is high for you, yeah. I just thought it was fine. Like, it was nothing special. Yeah, and I like what you liked about it. I disliked.
Yes. Of all those films that came out this year, the ones I would watch, I think I'd sit down and watch them again. I would put Bad Boys 4 on. I would put probably Deadpool and Wolverine. I'd throw Twisters. I'd watch Twisters again in a heartbeat.
I forgot. Do you know what? Bad Boys 4, I forgot even came out this year. Genuinely forgot it even existed.
Well, I'm a bigger action fan than you, I would say. I like these big popcorn, stupid, dumb films. And I didn't think it was going to be very good. I liked the trailers. I just remember sitting down in the cinema, 2 hours, whatever it was, had an absolute blast. And I know people are going to be shouting at their radios, the wirelesses, as my nan would put it, and be like, "You're a fucking idiot, Dave. How are you going to be Rotten Tomato critic?" Well, yeah, good question. And
but this isn't our critical opinion. This is just what we like.
If I was looking at critical opinion, it would be Dune Part 2 all day, every day, because it's the most solid of film. Like, it's well acted and looks good and sounds good, and it does. It really does. But when we're reviewing sequels, which are very much different from reviewing the normal, like, award bait films, and only rarely do they, intertwine with each other. Dune Part 2 is probably one of those, like Batman, Dark Knight, The Return of the King, stuff like that. And they have a really hard time of convincing people to let them win those awards as well, especially for acting.
Yeah, true.
So we review sequels slightly differently, I think. And Bad Boys, I mean, the name is even fucking stupid, because it should have been Bad Boys for Life, but that's the third one.
Yeah, true. Because it should have been, Bad Boys for Life.
Yeah, that was the sensible thing. Bad Boys 3 should have been Ride or Die.
Yeah, or just 3.
And would I watch another Bad Boys 5? Fuck right, I would. Please.
I only will if you make me for the podcast.
It made over 400 million. There is a chance.
Yeah, there is a chance, yeah.
It made more than Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It made more than Alien Romulus. It made more than Joker. It made more than a Ghostbusters. We're out there. Fans of these films, we're out there. We're just not vocal about it. Okay? And if more of us spoke up about how much we love Bad Boys 4, Ride or Die, we might get one. Anyway, there it is.
Anyway, yeah.
There it is.
Good.
Let's talk. On next on the list is, what has been your most disappointing sequel? You only have to pick one.
Okay. Oh, I've got 2.
Two's fine.
Okay, so Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Yes.
Very much up there. It wasn't great, and I was really looking forward to it, and it just wasn't good.
Yes.
And it's not terrible. It's not the worst sequel we've watched that year. It's probably just about passable.
Yeah, I absolutely
But I was really looking forward to it.
Yes.
And I just came out of it being really flat and feeling really meh.
It felt like it had no effort put into it, weirdly, for a Ghostbusters film.
Yeah.
It wasn't scary. Maybe the opening scene's quite scary. But that's about it. They made some really weird decisions in that film, and it never took off. And it's full of very talented people, and it's a fucking Ghostbusters movie, so it should have been.
And it just wastes the whole Frozen Empire thing. It's just pointless, and the baddie's weird.
The bad guy comes to them. Really That's how lazy it is. It comes to them.
It is lazy. But my most disappointing is Venom: The Last Dance, because I genuinely thought it was going to be good, and I thought, this is it. This is my redemption arc. For saying, for saying that this, I had hope for this movie, and it took that hope and it threw it in the bin, and they did a big shit on it because it was rubbish. It was rubbish. I'd happily watch Frozen Empire over this easily. It was rubbish, and I hated it. The bit where Venom dances with Mrs. Chen in Las Vegas for no fucking reason just made me want to throw things at the screen. I hated it.
If people listen back to that episode of Venom 1, which is a cracking episode, by the way, it's not as good as the Kraven the Hunter one, but it is a cracking one. Rich thought, I don't know why you thought it was going to be good, and I knew exactly what film I was going into, so I was like, yeah, that's the film I was expecting for Venom 3, and I think you were like, oh. I don't know. You just build it up because you love Venom 1. You're a big fan of one of those.
I really like the first Venom movie. I think it's a good movie, and I thought the second one, it wasn't great, but it was okay.
It is okay.
It was okay, but I genuinely thought, I watched the trailer. I don't really watch trailers,
no, you don't.
But I watched the trailer for this, and I thought, do you know what? That trailer makes it look like it could be really good. Like it could be really good.
Yeah, and it wasn't.
It was not.
I got two disappointing, I would say, apart from Ghostbusters. One, I would put Moana 2 in disappointing, I think.
Yes.
Which is fine. Yeah. It is fine. And the animation is gorgeous.
Fine, but it is disappointing.
But the songs haven't lived with me, and I'm still listening to the first Moana soundtrack pretty much most weeks. I'll listen to one of those songs because I'm a geek. And then the other one, I would put the next film I'm about to mention in honourable mentions and most disappointing and rubbish, and that would be Alien Romulus, because me and you, for a good hour of that film,
loved it. Yes, true. Yeah,
really loved it. And then they get to a point, and you think, don't do that. They did it, and then I fucking hated that movie after that. I rolled my eyes. I was angry. And that was the most annoying sequel.
If they just ended it at 90 minutes,
perfect.
That'd be up there. That'd be almost a 7-star movie.
I was on that train. I was like, fucking hell.
This is going to be amazing. And then the last 15 minutes, you start, oh, you just really shit the bed.
There's not many times I want to shout at the cinema at characters going, you're doing dumb things. Stop doing the dumb things. Would you put Gladiator 2 as disappointing in the end?
No, I think it was about where I thought it was going to be, to be honest.
Okay. Paddington in Peru. Paddington Peru was never going to get to.
It was never going to get there, and actually I think Paddington in Peru was better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Because I knew it wasn't going to be Paddington 2. I knew it wasn't going to be as good, and actually it was pretty good.
You enjoyed it?
It was all right.
You enjoyed it?
It was,
Okay.
It was decent enough. I enjoyed it more than Bad Boys 4.
Is that... Oh, God. Okay. Okay, before we talk about the worst, I've got on the list, this is how we did it last year, other movies of 2024. How do you think it was for other films that you watched?
From it to worst?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is how we did it last year, so we might as well.
I think in general it was a pretty solid year for movies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not necessarily saying these are movies that came out this year, but the movies I watched this year that I think definitely deserve a mention.
Okay.
So it's Nimona, an animated movie on Netflix that I watched this year. It's definitely worth watching.
You mentioned that in the last year one.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it came out this year.
Yeah, but we must have mentioned.
I thought I watched. I must have watched it early this year. When we talked in the last one.
If we can do 2024 releases, that would be great.
I can't do that because I've not written that down. I've just written ones I've watched this year
that
I know were good. Okay, so I can try. Okay, so movies that I've watched this year, not necessarily came out this year, but I watched them this year. So we'll kick off with Zone of Interest, which I watched really early in the year. I think it was like January.
Yes.
That is a very good movie. It's a very hard-hitting movie. It's not one to watch with the family or if you're feeling slightly depressed.
Yeah.
Because it's hard. Did you watch it? I don't know if you did or not.
I'm trying to find the right time.
There isn't a right time.
No.
Just dive in.
Do you know what I said about things that make me,
in.
trying to watch things that make me happy? I understand that it's a brilliant film, and lots of people are like it's incredible, but you only ever want to watch it once. It's one of those films. So I know I have to be in the right mood, put the phone away, just concentrate. Yeah, and it deserves that respect as well.
One you got me to watch this year, but it didn't come out this year, is Godzilla -1. I think that definitely is up there for the best movies I watched this year.
Yeah, I think that came out late last year, but yeah.
Yeah, and also great movies I watched this year, which didn't come out this year. She Said, I think is great.
Yep.
That is the Me Too movie. That's exactly my type of movie. I love that sort of thing.
Talkie, yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed My Old Ass. I don't know if you've seen that.
That was a 2024, so that's good.
That is an incredible movie. I think that's really worth watching. It's very different, and if you don't cry at the end, you have no soul.
I'm a cry.
You'll definitely cry. I meant the people listening, dude. I know you're going to cry at it. Kneecap is brilliant.
Yeah, Kneecap is great.
That's definitely worth watching. My wife is now obsessed with Irish language rap music because why wouldn't you be?
Why wouldn't you be?
But it's great. And one to end the year on, which is getting a lot of, I don't know if it's hate, but a lot of confusion. Better Man. I really liked it.
Yeah, that's just about 2 hours.
Really
24.
liked it.
The Robbie Williams one, right?
It was. I watched it December 24. I watched it just between Christmas and New Year, and yeah, it's really good. I really enjoyed it. I did not have crying at Robbie Williams as a monkey on my things to do in 2024 list.
It's weird because last year you didn't want to cry at Wonka, and that surprised you that you cried at Wonka.
I know. Yeah,
and this year it's the dancing chimp to Robbie Williams. What makes me laugh about the whole Robbie Williams thing? Lots of American people are being confused. Why were they getting made to watch a Robbie Williams who they don't know who it is? But that's the point of a biopic. Most biopics about anyone, also, I don't know who they are.
I think that. Well, this is the thing. Like Robbie Williams, not very big in America, but very big in the rest of the world. Not just the UK, but the rest of the world. Like he is in the top 25 best-selling artists of all time, and that's on his own. That's not the Take That stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, just because he's not big in America, and he's in that top 25 without being big in America, he's a very well-known artist, and
the man's a showman.
He's not massive in America. I get being confused about the chimpanzee thing, but actually I think that makes the movie more interesting, and I think they can do things with the movie that they couldn't do if it wasn't the chimpanzee.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think good. I know you've seen The Wild Robot.
I have seen The Wild Robot. It's not in my top list.
Is it not?
I think it would be in George's. I think that's George's favourite film. I actually did watch it in 2025, though. I didn't watch it in 24.
Well, it doesn't matter because it was released in 24 and we'll review in 24.
But I was just doing the ones that I watched.
I'm going to throw my pen at you! Okay.
That would be a good throw.
I know. Films that I enjoyed from release in 24. I mentioned The Holdovers. The Holdovers was released in 2024.
Yeah, but you watched it in 23 and you already talked about it last year.
I know. It's still my favourite film I've watched in 2024. Also, another films I enjoyed. Monkey Man, Dev Patel's director debut.
Seen that.
Fucking cracking. Breakingly good. Really quality soundtrack. Really fucking good action. Really good. I enjoyed Civil War, the Alex Garland film, a lot. I know a lot of people didn't
watch that
didn't connect with it. I thought it was really powerful. I loved The Wild Robot. I think The Wild Robot was one of the best things I watched in 2024. And if you don't cry at that, you got no soul. Got no soul.
I have no soul because I didn't cry it.
And then my favourite film that wasn't a sequel or a prequel or a remake was out on Netflix, and it was Rebel Ridge. And have you watched that now?
I have watched it now.
How is that not in your top 5 of things you watched in 2024?
It was good. It was good.
Man.
It wasn't my best thing. It's basically basically Rambo,
and it's
right?
fucking great. Aaron Pierre, Don Johnson. I mean, like it goes a bit Scooby-Doo in the middle of it, but it
does, yeah. But it's good. It's very good. Yeah.
I had a great time.
I think it lost me in the middle a bit, like you said, and then I came back to it at the end.
Yes.
But I enjoyed it. Definitely.
It's just nice to show that me and Rich do have different opinions when we come to movies sometimes.
We do, yeah. We do.
Challengers. I saw you saw Challengers in the end. What did you make of that?
I did see Challengers. I didn't love it.
Good soundtrack though, right?
Love it. It's got a good soundtrack. The soundtrack's very good. I really liked it for about half an hour.
Yeah.
And then I kind of was like, this isn't going. And then the end, I was like, oh, this is disappointing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I didn't like the ending.
Shouldn't have brought that up. The final one I'm going to mention is The Fall Guys. The Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling.
It's fine.
It's great. It's fun.
It's fine.
But if you want to make something that's really good, watch a film called Music by John Williams on Disney Plus, and that's great.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Anyway.
Right. Are we going to do worse?
Yeah, let's do worse now.
Okay. Dishonourable mentions?
Oh, if you've got them. Yeah.
I've got
How
a
many have you
couple,
got?
yeah.
How many have you got? 3 worst.
I've got 3 worst, and I've got 2 dishonourable mentions.
Okay. I think we may be in the same ballpark with these ones.
I imagine we'll have roughly the 3, but they might not be in the same
I reckon
place.
we've got roughly the 5.
Oh, okay. So my first dishonourable mention is Rebel Moon Part 2.
Yes. Yes, it is.
What a festering turd that is. And I think it only goes in the dishonourables, not the top 3, because it was on Netflix and I didn't have to go out to watch it. But it was rubbish. It was genuinely rubbish.
It made me fucking angry. These top 5, I would struggle to say which one's the worst, but yes, Rebel Moon is definitely the dishonourable mention.
Yeah.
Like you, I got to watch it at home. It's got some lovely slow-mo in there. Lovely slow-mo. It is
I hate the slow-mo.
I
hate it so much.
It is a horribly put-together film. And have we gone to watch the extended version of these Zack Snyder films?
Fuck
we
no.
fuck? And I'll say it again, the only way me and Rich are going to watch these is if it's for charity. And I mean a lot of money for charity.
Yeah.
It's the only way it's going to happen. And
Deal.
these and the Terrifier films, the only way, because people have asked, only way we're going to watch Terrifiers and the extended versions of Rebel Moons is charity.
Yeah, give a lot of money to charity and then we'll do it.
Then we'll do it. That's the only
Yeah,
way.
okay.
Okay.
So my next dishonourable mention is a Joker Folie à Deux.
Okay.
Which, again, it only makes the dishonourables instead of the top 3 because the ones in the top 3 are so shit. Joker is terrible. And it could have made any other year it'd be in that top 3, bottom 3. But there were so many turds this year that unfortunately it's flushed Joker out.
Well, I think this might be a good time for me to say my other dishonourable mention was Madam Web. And that'll tell you what's about to happen.
Yeah.
Yep. So I think there's been 5 truly awful films this year.
True.
And I think
agreed.
we're about to. So we've mentioned 3.
We've done
of them.
2.
Well,
yeah, 3 of them. Yeah, because you've mentioned
So I'm going to interested to see which one lands bottom for you. So your third least favourite
worst
yes.
as Hellboy the Crooked Man.
Okay, we're in a different way.
Yeah. But it's in there though, right?
Oh, yes.
This is what I said. We've got the same 5 movies. They're just probably in a slightly different
and
order.
any day that could change because they are all fucking atrocious.
They are, terrible.
Not just bad, guys. I mean, makes you fist-pumpingly just angry and question
Hellboy the Crooked
everything
Man.
about film.
Watching Hellboy the Crooked Man with you, I genuinely had to fight myself not to leave.
It's so bad.
It made me feel bad. Like, I genuinely had the feeling inside that was like, I've got to get out of here. I don't want to watch this anymore. And if I'd have been on there on my own, I'd have gone.
Yeah.
I'd have walked out. I'd have gone home.
If it wasn't for this podcast.
If it wasn't for this podcast and the fact that I was there with you and you were driving.
There's no other way home.
I'd have gone.
Yeah. It's a bad sequel. It's made worse. I can't talk about it because it's about to talk about it a bit more, is that it's a Hellboy film, and I love those first 2 Hellboy films. I just do my third one, because I reckon we can talk about these all in a row in a minute. My third worst one is Joker Folie à Deux.
Okay, yeah.
Now, we're not fans of Joker films. We're not one of those people. But this film is awful. And it's awful for so many reasons, because it's got so many talented people in it. And it's got people in it that should know better. And I feel like they've made it to piss a lot of people off. I mean, I
feel like they made it bad on purpose.
Yes.
No one. We often say no one goes out to make a bad film, but I feel like they did.
And I think that was the joke.
Yeah.
Like, somehow Todd Phillips, the guy who made the Hangover movies and Due Date and War Dogs, had been given carte blanche to make this film. What? I don't know what's happened to get us here to that point that people seem to think, or someone seems to think, certainly not me, no offense, Todd, he thinks he's like Martin Scorsese, or he thinks he's like a maestro in directing and filmmaking. He certainly now
knows how to copy Scorsese.
Well, certainly. Like, or any film to that point. And when you have one of the world's best singers in your film, and you're making a musical, and you make her go to what, 10%, 15%? If
that. I went to the cinema the other day, and they were playing. I went to, you go to the toilet and they play soundtracks in the toilets. Mm-hmm. I got to the toilet and they were playing a song like from Folie à Deux, and I can't remember which song it was. It might be for Once in My Life one.
Oh yeah, that might be the good one.
And no, well, I was standing there singing it, listening to it, going, "This is fucking awful." Like it's the sing. Oh. Like, Joaquin Phoenix, you can sing. You did Walk the Line.
Yeah, it's a good film.
You can sing. Why are you so bad? like you're putting me off my Wii.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll just hold it in so I don't have to listen to this.
And the best scene in Joker Folie à Deux is them talking about Joker, the best stuff that happened in Joker. So there's nothing even standoutish about it. Like, and we won't ruin the ending, but the fucking ending makes me want to scream. Like, I knew that this was never going to be that Joker, but but the rush job, the hack job they did at the end with just some other guy, when they had this other weird guy hanging around all the time.
You're giving it away.
It's absolutely baffling, and I hated it. I really hated it. My second to last, number 2, is Hellboy the Crooked Man. And like you, I was shocked that, and I know they did it on a budget, and I know they didn't have the Del Toro money, but how that passed, and the decisions that they made, and the storyline.
I don't know how it even came out. Like, honestly, how it even got released.
Some people didn't even know. We barely knew with a week to go.
We barely knew, yeah. And I can see why we barely knew, because it was so bad. My number 2, you've already mentioned, is Madam Web.
This is why I wanted to get these all out in a row. So Hellboy, we'll get to Madam Web in a second. Hellboy looks like it's a student film, mainly.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's so dark that we couldn't see anything, and we rolled our eyes a lot. And again, when you're sitting next to someone,
it's so pretentious as well. There's no fun in it. Like, it takes itself so fucking seriously.
And we could feel each other. Not physically, but just hating it. You could just you radiate that, like, this is just fucking shocking. What the fuck is going? What's the leprechaun guy doing? What the?
You've got a movie with a big red devil guy, and you can't even crack a joke.
It's bad.
It's bad.
And they're trying to reboot the series a bit. And, well, it's dead again. God knows what's going to happen. We're not going to get the Del Toro Perman free.
They ain't rebooting nothing. That's,
And it's got fucking Jeffrey. I know he's a good actor from Fresh Prince, playing a blind, well, I don't know if he's blind.
Oh, man. I don't know. It's bad. I don't want to think about it. I don't even want to think about it.
Just the convenience of that guy. Oh, yeah, walking into the door. Yeah, I'm Tom. It doesn't make a lick of sense.
I'm just back from the war. Hello.
I found some bones.
I'm back from the war. I found this. Should we go and do these things?
Problem with these last 3 films, there's bad films that you can enjoy, like so bad it's good kind of thing. And then there's just these badly made tripe. And it feels like they've made them for all the wrong reasons sometimes. And talking about made for all the wrong reasons, Madam Web is made for all the wrong reasons. It's a character that doesn't need its own solo film. Dakota Johnson couldn't give a shit that she's in that movie.
She clearly doesn't even want to be there, which is fair enough, because I didn't want to be there either. So,
Made 100 million. I don't know if that's good or bad, but,
It's insane. The fact that it made $1 million is insane. But, yeah.
What have you got to say about it? Like, why do you hate it so much?
I don't know. I don't know what I've got to say about it, Dave. It's just bad. It's.
Is it the bit when she pretty much drives to Brazil or wherever it is?
Yeah, she does drive to Brazil.
She does.
That's hilarious. I mean, no one wants to be in it. The only reason it's not the worst is because I think like Sydney Sweeney and the other like younger characters do an okay job.
Yeah.
Ish. Like I'd kind of more want to watch a movie about them a little bit more, but I don't know. Dakota Johnson she just doesn't. I don't want to put all this on her because it's not all on her, is it? But I don't know. It's like that movie's written by an AI with crayon.
Yes.
You know, it's just horrible. It's horrible. I like clever dialogue. Give me clever, witty dialogue.
You're not going to get that in that film.
Nothing close.
What you are going to get in that film is the worst final shot of the year.
It's horrible.
It delivers on that front when she's in her wheelchair with the weird glasses on, asking where her children are, and they're all around her, and she's playing a bad blind woman. It does feel like it's a film made by an AI generator. Even looking at the poster makes me think that's AI generated. Everything about it makes me feel like it's AI generated. And they're only making these films to keep the Spider-Man...
The IP. Yeah, they don't give a shit, yeah.
They have to make a certain amount of number or the IP goes back to Marvel.
Like we said about Joker, I wouldn't be surprised if these movies were all just a piss take. They're like, look what shit we can make you watch.
and we did. Weirdly.
We did. Because we do a sequel podcast, Dave, we didn't really have a choice.
And
we did, because they're not really sequels.
They're all part of a universe, and annoyingly we put the universe into that bucket. And talking about that shit bucket, that only makes bad films.
The stinkiest turd in the shit bucket. This might have recency bias, because, we watched it not that long ago, but it's fucking Kraven the Hunter, right?
It's Kraven the Hunter. It's the worst film.
Yeah, it is the worst. It is the worst, which is saying something because I really like Kraven the Hunter as a character.
Yeah, I've got nothing against him. I played the computer game recently. He's very scary in that film.
This movie sucks. Like, really, really sucks. It's stupid. It's po-faced. It's immature, whilst also trying to be very serious. It looks crap.
Yep.
Like, it's edited by a chimpanzee.
Yep.
Like, The dialogue is awful. Whoever wrote it needs shooting. Like, it's
or at least a strong worded email.
Yeah, a strongly worded letter. But we probably were meant to read it because they clearly can't write. No. So yeah, it's awful. It's awful, and there's nothing good I can say about it. The only reason I gave it more than 0 is because I promised I wouldn't give a movie 0 anymore.
Because they made something. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think it's the worst thing of this year. It made me angry, physically angry again watching it. And it made me question, do I like cinema anymore in films? And what a waste of time. It just felt like a waste of money and time for everyone, especially us being there watching it. It's like there's no effort in that film. There's nothing good in it.
I think that's the thing. It really did feel like we're just rolling this whole shit out so we don't lose the property.
Yeah.
So then we can screw a bit more money out of Marvel later.
I mean, the acting is atrocious in that film. And I have to say, the first 8 minutes, you think it's going to be okay. And then it goes very south very quickly. The character development of every character in that film is awful.
There's a fucking 35-minute long flashback.
I forgot about the flashback.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
I'm Raven the Hunter, and I'm the best hunter in the world, and I can find anybody.
Anyone. Oh, by the way, I need some help to find someone. Fuck me. Honest. Oh, God, it's...
Hey, there's some people in this law building with wearing a shirt and ties. There's some weird people coming in wearing shirts and ties.
There's 5 guys that should look like they shouldn't be here. Really?
Those 5 guys should be wearing fucking camo or something, and then you'd be they don't.
And then you'd be like, they look like shouldn't be here.
No, they're all just wearing shirt and ties like everyone else. And then when you think it's going to end, it doesn't. It's got about 4 endings, and it never ends.
Oh man.
We couldn't get out there quick enough. at the end.
We really couldn't.
That one. I think that was.
It was one where we turned to each other as soon as the credits started and went, "There's not an end credit scene, is there? Good, right, we're out."
Even the studio know now that they're just like, okay, we're going to pause this for a while because it's clearly not working. But the truth is, if they're pausing it, is because they're filming Spider-Man 4 very soon, aren't they? So they don't have to do these for a while. So once that film's out again, they'll ramp this shit up again because they won't get another Spider-Man film for a while unless they actually think, let's put Miles Morales or another kind of Spider-Man. And there's a lot of fucking Spider-Man now in a Spider-Man film. It doesn't have to be Tom Holland. Give me something else.
They are filming Spider-Man 4 soon, and I'm going to go on set. Yeah, George, my son, has been invited to visit the set. And he's going to need someone to take him because he's too little to drive.
It's great, and then he's not allowed to talk about it, which is even more wonderful.
Oh, he'll talk.
I'm going to interview George because you'll be like, "No, I can't tell you anything," and I'll be like, "Okay,
that's true.
George, come on the podcast. What did you see? Daddy? Can you just leave the bit? Just was Andrew Garfield there this time? He won't know who that is. Bless him.
No, he won't. No.
Anyway, but Kraven the Hunter was the end of a shit run of, I think, films for us. Like,
yes. Was it? I don't think it was that bad.
Mate, it was Venom, Paddington, Gladiator, Moana, Kraven the Hunter.
Paddington was all right.
They're all right, but they're not magical.
Moana was disappointing. Venom was bad. Kraven was bad. Yeah, I mean, just this year. If you look from summer onwards, we had Hellboy, Joker, Transformers 1, good. Smile 2, good. Venom, Paddington, okay. Gladiator 2, Moana 2, Kraven the Hunter, Mufasa, Sonic 3, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a whimper to the end of the year.
The best period was probably Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, Furiosa, Bad Boys 4, Inside Out 2, Quiet Place Day 1 wasn't even bad.
Yeah, it was good. I think we had a decent run from, let's say, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes to Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice was a decent run.
Yes.
And then we ruined it with Hellboy.
Hellboy was bad. Really, really fucking bad, some films. But that was our worst. So if people could let us know what their best and worst are, that would be great. Let us know what your thoughts and how wrong you think we are. And we probably are. So get in contact. unequalsequel@hotmail.com, and we're on all the socials. At the beginning of the year, what me and Rich did, we picked our top 4 or 5 most anticipated sequels of 2024, Rich.
We did.
Do you remember what you picked?
I think so. Did I make you give me 5?
You had one as an honourable mention, and then you picked 4. So your honourable mention was Gladiator 2.
Yeah.
So did that live up?
Didn't pay off, did it?
Nope.
It was fine, but it was just about fine.
Your 4th was Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Disappointing. That's why it's in my disappointing list.
Yeah. Number 3 was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which was right.
Which
that right
I was
for you?
yeah, that's true. That was in there. Yeah.
Number 2 was Deadpool and Wolverine. So you were looking forward to Deadpool and Wolverine.
I was looking forward to Deadpool and Wolverine because I really like Deadpool, and I think it just wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be. It was fine. It was fine.
And your first was Dune Part 2. So that came in as a winner.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That's in my best. So yeah, that's all right.
Now my anticipated sequels of the year were a bit of a shambles. Number 4, I had Axel F. Beverly Hills Cop.
I'm pretty sure I questioned that at the time.
I really like Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2. It's fine. It's fun. It's got some fun moments, but it doesn't quite take off ever. And you know who the bad guy is. But there's a good helicopter scene. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's in it. You know, it's not exactly what I wanted, but I'll take it.
You may as well be talking about Bad Boys as well.
No.
Describing Axel F, you may as well be describing Bad Boys for most of what you just said.
One's brilliant and one's okay. My third anticipated film was Dune Part 2, so that's good. Happy with that one. Number 2 was Deadpool Wolverine. Again, like you, we were looking forward to Deadpool Wolverine. It served its purpose. It had lovely cameos. It's a lot of fun. Really enjoyed watching those characters together on screen. Really, really good. Wasn't shit.
Yeah.
We're delighted with that. My number one film, anticipated sequel of the year, was for 2024, was Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Now, truly disappointed by that. How they can make that film. So that's annoying. So that leads us on to 2025. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
I'm about to read you a list of sequels and prequels, and we're going to try and do some remakes as well. So we're going to try and do some Unequal remakes as well this year, aren't we?
Okay. So you're just going to list off all the things we're going to do in 2025. I was picking the things I'm looking forward to.
We will. I'm just going to let you know,
right,
and the listeners, what's hopefully coming throughout the year. We might not be able to get around to all of them, but we will try and do as many as possible, and then we will pick the ones that we're looking forward to the most. Okay. So this is exactly what we did last year.
Okay.
This is why I made a list of all these fucking films.
Yeah. Good podcasting. Let's read a list.
No, because then people are like, oh, I didn't know that's coming out. I didn't know that's coming out. Oh, I can't wait until Dave and Rich talk about Nobody 2 or something. So here we go. Sequels coming out this year. I won't give you the dates, but these are mainly in order apart from the last lot. So coming up, Bank of Dave 2 from Netflix, right? Which Rich may or may not have seen already. Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy. Coming out on Valentine's Day. Captain America, Brave New World. Also coming out on Valentine's Day. So we're back. We're getting some Marvels again this year, by the way. Because then after Captain America, we're getting Thunderbolts with a little asterisk.
Right.
I think that looks fun. The trailer's good.
I've not seen the trailer,
Now,
so I don't know.
In this list, there's a lot of films you're like, fuck, we're going there again. So we're getting a Final Destinations, Bloodlines.
Okay.
Yay.
Great.
Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning is coming out in May. Exciting
I'm
for you.
sort of looking forward to that. Yeah. Not exciting, but yeah, fine.
Karate Kid Legends, which was meant to come out
that I am
originally
looking forward to, yeah.
in 2024, but now coming in 25. Ballerina, from the world of John Wick. Have no idea about that film because they've been holding on to it for about 2 years and keep doing reshoots, so we'll see. 28 years later, Megan 2.0. Have you watched the first Megan yet?
I haven't watched the first one, but I feel like I should.
Yeah, there's a few of those films that we have to do that this year. Jurassic World, Rebirth is this year. Can't believe we're getting another Jurassic Park that quickly after Dominion, which is trash.
Bit wild, yeah.
I Know What You Did Last Summer. Like, okay.
I don't really want to watch that.
Just because Scream was come back, we're getting Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. running around. That's going to be fun.
The sequel was rubbish, though, right? So,
I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. And
it was crap.
I think they're going to go down the same route as Scream and just keep it the same name as the original. So that's really annoying.
Because that's great.
That's very helpful for all of us. After that is the Fantastic Four, First Steps. You excited about the first?
Okay, more Marvel.
New
more
wave for Marvel, the new beginnings, see what we've got coming. One that your son's looking forward to, The Bad Guys 2. So that's exciting.
Yeah, George is very much up for Bad Guys 2.
Freakier Friday, the sequel to Freaky Friday.
I don't really care about that at all.
You were a bit old for that, weren't you, at that point? Nobody 2, that's a good action film.
Yeah.
The next one you're going to be very excited about, and I know you're going to be excited about it, is because it's The Conjuring, Last Rites.
I am a little bit excited about it.
Go on.
So my brother-in-law works in the costume department of movies, and he worked on The Conjuring, The Last Rites. And so for Christmas, I got a little beanie hat with Conjuring Last Rites cast and crew on it, and it's signed by what's his name? Patrick Wilson.
That's cool.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay.
And it's like, that won't fit you. I'm like, I'm not going to wear it.
Frame it or something. Downton Abbey 3. Have you watched any of them?
No,
mate.
I've never watched the TV show. I've never watched any Downton Abbey.
I've watched the first ever series, so at least I'm in a better boat than you on that one. So can't wait for that one.
I've never watched that.
Saw 11.
Good. I wasn't a fan of 10. So.
But we got through it. Like a champ.
We did get through it, yeah.
Tron Ares? I think it's called Eris.
I hate Tron. I really, really hate Tron Legacy. So
and you really hate Jared Leto.
Not looking forward to that at all.
So.
I do. So it's all the things.
After that, we got The Black Phone 2. Haven't watched The Black Phone, so we got to get around to that.
No, me neither.
Mortal Kombat 2. The first one was not great, so I'm surprised that got a second.
I've not seen the first one either.
Wow, you're going to watch a lot of stuff this year. After that, though, excitingly, Predator, Badlands. So a new Predator film directed by Dan Trachtenberg.
Yep, that's exciting.
That is exciting. Yeah. After that, we got Wicked, with the sequel for Wicked, which is now called Wicked: For Good, for some reason. Okay. Have you watched Wicked yet?
I don't know. Nope, I haven't.
Okay.
We were going to watch it, but George didn't want to. So me and Anna are going to watch it at some point.
It's a long
film. It's 3 hours long, so yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy 2.
Okay. Well, I haven't watched the first one, so, but yeah, that's
I've watched
fine.
half of it. It's okay. And then one of the big ones is Avatar: Fire and Ash.
Mm-hmm.
And now we've got some ones that... And the next one, I'm not quite sure what it is, but I put it in the list, is Anaconda. And it's a remake.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's even a remake.
Of the 90s one?
Yeah, the Jennifer Lopez one with Ice Cube and John Volt. But this one has Jack Black and Paul Rudd in it.
Oh.
And then after that, we've got Den of Thieves 2, which has just come out in America. No English UK release date yet, but I quite enjoyed the first one. Jerry Butler. Happy Gilmore 2, Can You Believe It's Happening, is coming. Yay. The Accountant 2, the Ben Affleck film you probably still haven't watched.
Not seen. No.
Now, also, apparently this year, we're going to get Zootopia or Zootropolis, whatever they're called,
yes.
2.
Yeah, apparently that's happening, yeah.
Again, I'll wait to see some things from it. I think at the moment, scheduled in is Scary Movie 6. So the Wayans Brothers has got the property back. We might see some of that.
Did you mention Scream 7 in there somewhere?
Is that... No, I haven't yet. Is that coming this year?
I think that's this year.
Brilliant. Scream 7 as well. And also Horizon, an American Saga Chapter 2, which is the big Kevin Costner film that the first one bombed so hard they haven't got around releasing the second one, but they might release the second one at some point. Also this year is the James Gunn Superman DC Universe, whatever they're going to call it, relaunch.
I think that's going to be the big thing.
That's going to be good. As far as I can tell, no prequels this year.
Okay.
Could be wrong, nothing announced yet, or I could dig up. Remakes wise, we're getting, we've just had Nosferatu, the Robert Eggers film. I don't think we'll get around to it, but we might do another slice thing if I get to see it. Remake wise, there is Snow White, one of these live action nonsense. Yeah. Well, there's a few of them this year. So there's live action Snow White, live action Lilo and Stitch. Yeah. There's also the live action remake of How to Train Your Dragon, which is a shot for shot remake of the animated movie. Why?
What's the point? I don't understand. I just don't get it.
Yeah,
it's just money, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's just money.
It's definitely money. It's going to make good money, though, because everyone loves How to Train Dragons, apparently.
Yeah.
My nieces do. Jesus, they weren't even alive when the first one came out, or even when the last one came out, probably. There is a remake, Edgar Wright remake of The Running Man, starring Glenn Powell.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, sounds interesting. And then there is...
Edgar Wright remake.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. And then there's also the Liam Neeson Naked Gun film.
Liam Neeson?
Yep.
Not Leslie Nielsen?
No, he's dead.
I know he's dead, but he was in the original.
I know.
But Liam Neeson?
Yep, Naked Gun film.
Famously unfunny Liam Neeson.
To be fair, I don't know if he does a scene in the Ricky Gervais Stephen Merchant Extras with Warwick. Is it Extras or A Life is Short with Warwick Davis? And he does a scene in that, and it's really funny.
Okay. All right, then.
But he's
never done a comedy before.
But even Leslie Nielsen, the reason he works so well is because he plays a lot of it so straight.
Mm.
And that's it.
Interesting.
That's all we got hopefully this year. So from them, I want to hear your picks. Any honourable mentions?
Yeah, Predator Badlands.
Yeah,
I'm hoping it's going to be like Prey. And we're going to get something good out of that. And Nobody 2. I quite enjoyed Nobody. I'm quite excited about Nobody 2.
Are you?
I think that would be... Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot to put one film in there. There is also the coming out, and it's also one of my honourable mentions, it's called Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out Mystery. So we're getting a third Knives Out movie.
Okay.
Will it come to cinemas?
I didn't know about that.
Who knows? Honourable mention for me is also Predator Badlands, because Prey was so fucking good.
Mm.
Also, my honourable mentions, and that there's only one reason I'm going to say this, is the Tron Ares. sequel.
No,
because
fucking get in the bin.
I cannot wait to record that episode with you. Imagine if it's good, Rich. Imagine if it's good.
It won't. There's no world where that movie is good. I'm sorry.
I don't know what
It
you've got
just
against
isn't.
Tron, but okay.
It just winds me up. Like, I literally found that a Facebook memory came up the other day of when I watched Tron Legacy, and I was like, I think I just said, somehow Tron Legacy manages to both suck and blow at the same time.
Tron Legacy's fine. It lacks conviction.
It's shit. It's really shit.
It lacks any
I hated
peril.
every second of it.
Legacy, but great soundtrack. Daft Punk.
It's
And the CGI,
not enough to save it.
when that came out, they were like, oh, look at this de-aging. It looked shocking even then.
It looked shit. It looked incredibly shit. And yeah, I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't understand Tron at all. I never understood the first one. I really hate all the, like, you're the fucking Messiah stuff in the second one.
I cannot wait to do this episode with you. If this is just a teaser of what's about to happen. October the 10th.
Oh dear. How could you make Tron worse? Put fucking Jared Leto in it. Yeah, okay.
It's going to be great. Okay, so what is your... Are these in an order, can I ask, or just...
I've done a 1, 2 and 3.
Okay, that's fine. Go for it.
So my third most anticipated is Zootopia 2.
Okay.
Like, Zootopia or Zootropolis, depending where you come from, massive movie in our house. My son must have watched it 450,000 times.
Right.
He called it The Fox and the Rabbit. He never called it Zootopia.
Why would you?
Or Zootropolis.
Well, Disney don't even know what to call it. I think The Fox and the Rabbit's a better name.
And we've watched it so much. And it's one I'm not sick of.
Ah.
So, even though we've watched it loads of times, I'm not sick of it.
Yeah, Bateman's good in that film.
He is good in it.
He's
yeah,
a good
definitely.
voice, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to, because I still haven't seen any... All they've basically Disney released of that film so far is literally the title and a logo. There's been no artwork or anything yet. So, but I didn't think we were going to get Moana 2 in 2024, and then we got Moana 2 in 2024. So they will suddenly just drop a surprise trailer on us.
My worry about it, despite putting it in the most anticipated, the reason it's third is because I am a bit worried about it because Disney are shit at sequels. So
notoriously.
That is my kind of...
But at least they've got no songs to live up to.
No, it's not a singing one.
No.
It's not a musical. It's a different type of Disney.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Okay.
What about you? What's your third?
Because I'm a fucking idiot. Happy Gilmore 2. I can't wait for Happy Gilmore 2.
I find Adam Sandler just that bit too immature, I'm afraid.
Well, let's see what he comes up with, because Happy Gilmore is great. It's really funny.
Happy Gilmore's okay.
It's great and it's funny and it's a great film. I loved watching through my teenage years.
Great when I was 20.
It was great when I was 13 and 14.
Yeah, exactly. But we've changed since then, dude.
Yeah, but I still love Bad Boys 4, so,
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
If anything, Sandler's getting better again. So he's a great actor. They released a trailer on Christmas Day, I think it was.
Oh, okay. I haven't
and
seen
I was
that.
like, I'm in.
Okay.
Santa, you motherfucker, I'm in. So here we go. Okay, next one.
Karate Kid Legends, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would it be anything else? Honestly, I think you could predict my next one.
Oh,
after
yeah.
this as well.
That's why I think we should just go straight.
Fully predictable. But yeah, Karate Kid Legends, absolutely love Karate Kid. Love Karate Kid 2. 3, yeah. Next Karate Kid.
I'm about to say 4.
Yeah. But the Jaden Smith one, that's okay.
It introduces Jackie Chan, who is a star.
Jackie Chan's good, yeah.
And obviously he's coming to this one.
I'm quite looking forward to this. Ralph Macchio's back. Looks good. So
You've seen the trailer because it's been on the cinema, isn't it?
It has been in the cinema, yeah. I've not avoided that.
I think it looks good, and I couldn't get on board with Cobra Kai, and you did.
I did, yeah. It does get very, yeah. I'm suffering through it now, Cobra Kai, just because I want to get to the end.
I think it's quite cheesy, even in the second season.
It is cheesy, yeah.
But I think that's what maybe Karate Kid is. They were leaning into the 80s, and it just didn't vibe with me for some reason, Cobra Kai. But yeah.
I don't think Karate Kid was that cheesy.
I'm looking forward to 80s, isn't it? Yeah. I'm looking forward to that as well. I like how they're bringing the two sides of the Karate Kid together, and they carry on the story. They're finding a way to keep going. I don't even mind the the title, Karate Kid Legends, for some reason. We'll see what the legends mean. Maybe it's the Ralph and Jackie together. My second one, and I know you're about to get to it, so let me just go, is 28 Days Later.
28 years later.
28 years later, David. We've done days, we've done weeks, we've missed months, we're on to years. The trailer that came out a month in December was cracking. Really, really good trailer. It excites me that everyone's still on board. Danny Boyle, Alex Garland,
And this is Aaron Taylor-Johnson's time to make up for Craven.
Absolutely. Ray Fiennes is in it. Cillian Murphy may or may not be in the first one, might be in the second one because they're carrying on. They're doing more stuff. But yeah, I'm really excited about seeing one of these films on the big screen again. Or it'd be the first time watching a 28 Days film, or years later, whatever their trilogy is now.
Is it your first time at the cinema, is it?
Well, I didn't see Weeks at the cinema, and I definitely didn't see Days at the cinema.
I didn't see Days at the cinema, but I saw Weeks at the cinema.
Okay, so that's exactly... And I'm one of those people that watched the trailer and thought, that's a great trailer, and the trailer got me more excited for it than probably what I thought I was going to get excited for it. So good job, whoever put that trailer together. It looks stunning. It looks really... and looks scary.
It does, yeah. Yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait. So what's your number one most anticipated then?
Hey, I'm a Tom Cruise guy.
Yeah, of course.
The Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning is the film I'm most looking forward to this year. Yes, the last Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, or whatever we're calling it now, was a little bit disappointing, but it was still a great action film. It was too long. And Tom Cruise can still deliver big stunts on the big screen. And I'm very excited to see how what they're going to cook up danger-wise, how they're going to try and kill him this time. And I'm looking forward to how they're going to end this story, which they've probably started in Rogue Nation, to be honest, and how they're going to make that AI bot thing a bit more exciting, to be honest.
Yeah.
We'll see. But a Mission Impossible film is always one I want to see in the cinema, and especially on a big IMAX-y screen, because that's Tom Cruise. That's what he does: action, stunts, IMAX, big screen, cinema, wah! That kind of thing. And I'm excited to see: is it going to be the end of Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible? Is it going to be the end of Mission Impossible films? I doubt it. But if this is the end of the Cruise linear, then I'm excited to see what happens. And yeah, they released again a trailer recently, and it's a good trailer. And at the end of it, Tom Cruise, aka Ethan Hunt, asks the camera, aka the audience, to trust him one more time. And motherfucker, I'm going to trust that bad boy one more time. So I don't think everyone's going to come out of it alive. I'm a bit worried. No, Luther, I'm a bit worried about. But I'm always worried about Luther in all of these films. So we'll see. But yeah, really excited for that one. Have you done your second one?
Yeah, I've done my first one, dude.
Oh yeah, the first one was 28 years later, right?
Yeah. I thought that was your first one. Was that?
That was my second one. Mission Impossible.
Okay.
Mission Impossible was top. 28 years later, second.
Was second.
Happy Gilmore 2 was third. Yeah. And that's what we're looking forward to most. And what was your ones? Zootopia.
Mine was Zootopia third, Karate Kid Legends second, and then 28 years later as top.
Wow, it's going to be a busy month. Any box office predictions? Looking at that list.
Well, you did ask about this, and are we just sequels?
Just in that list.
So I think biggest box office sequel is going to be Avatar.
Oh yeah, that's a stupid question, Dave.
I don't think it should be, but I think it's going to be.
Do you think it's going to go over the 2 billion mark again? Do you think there's people enough interested in it?
I don't know if it'll go that much. I don't know. Because it's not had all the build-up and stuff the last one did. The last one was like, it's been so long, and it's come back, he's doing this thing, and I don't know. I don't know about this one. But I do think it's definitely going to make $1 billion, I would say.
They're gorgeous-looking films. Technology-wise, it's great. It's the fucking story that's always pants.
Yeah, it's always rubbish. Yeah.
We'll go see it in 3D IMAX again, like we did last time.
Probably. Yeah, hopefully not 3D.
No, we've got to go. We have to see these films in 3D. That's why he's making them.
And then I think after Avatar, probably going to be like Captain America.
Do you think?
I think the next sequel. I hadn't thought about Superman as in that sequel kind of realm, but I think that will probably be up there. And then I had Wicked Part 2 and potentially Jurassic Park.
I think Jurassic Park will be a big one. I think that'll go over 1 billion. Because even Dominion made over 1 billion, and Dominion was fucking shocking.
Yeah, but the problem is this might suffer from Dominion being shocking.
That is true. So you reckon Wicked will go a bit better because Wicked was better than the people thought it was going to be, kind of thing?
I don't. Well, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think Wicked make decent money this year. So it's around. I think it'll. If we're just talking sequels, I think it'll be in around that kind of.
What do you think the 28 Years Later will do? Like, what do you think will be good for them?
Well, I don't
million?
know.
No, because is it big enough around the world?
Well, that's the thing. It's a British movie, isn't it? So it doesn't always naturally appeal. I think Wicked will be. Sorry, not Wicked. I think if 28 Years Later makes the top 10, it's doing very well.
Okay.
I'd say.
Yeah.
Consider it's not an American movie.
Yeah. And Mission Impossible, because the last one disappointing.
I would
that made
say Mission
600
Impossible
million.
would be like the next. Yeah, after Wicked / Jurassic Park, I'd say Mission Impossible would be next.
The problem with the Mission Impossible films is that the budget is like 300 million. That's the problem. So it has to make mega money for return. And they haven't even got the marketing promo really going yet. And that always skyrockets. Yeah. What about Marvel this year? So you've got the Captain Americas, you've got the Thunderbolts,
Captain America,
and you've got Fantastic Four. Do you think it's going to be a good year for them?
I've only put Captain America in because, one, I didn't think of Fantastic Four as being a sequel or Thunderbolts as being a sequel, personally.
Franchise.
That's why I didn't put them in. I know they're franchises. I think they'll probably be top 10. Yeah. Both of them. But I don't know which order or how it's going to work out. It all depends on the marketing very much, I'd say. Yeah. And how many people want to see a Red Hulk.
I think how many people will turn up for a Captain America film without Captain America in it? And I know Anthony Mackie is Captain America before anyone shouts at me, but I meant the Chris Evans Captain America, you know.
Chris Evans is in it, though.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard that rumour.
It's not a rumour, he's in the trailer.
Oh, no, but that's the same bit from Avengers Endgame. I mean, who wants to see, not the old man Chris Evans.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The Stars and Stripes Captain America.
I don't know, dude.
Any of those that you think is going to be worse than they think they're going to do? Like, how do you think the Saws are going to do? Like, they always do pretty solid.
Saws don't cost a lot of money to make, so they'll be fine. I don't know if Saw will make the top 10, but it will be alright because it doesn't need to. In terms of box office flops, I don't really know, to be honest. And it could be any of them, couldn't it?
Do you think people are going to turn up for like a Snow White live action? Do you think there's any...
I hope not.
Yeah, it's all a bit mad.
It'll probably make $2 billion now, but yeah, I hope not.
We'll wait and see. But yeah, I hope, for us in cinema-wise, I hope we get to see that Knives Out film in cinema. They give it a bit of a run and not straight to Netflix, because it is a straight-to-Netflix film. But overall, are you feeling confident, positive about that year we're going into?
I kind of am, actually.
Okay, good. Because I thought you were going to say no.
Well, I mean, it's not... I wouldn't say there's loads in there in the list of sequels we've read through. There's not loads in there that I'd be like, I'm really looking forward to.
There's could be a few surprises.
But there are a couple in there that I'm really looking forward to. So, and I think that you're right. I think there could be some surprises in there. Imagine if that Jurassic Park movie's good.
Imagine if it's good. Imagine a good Jurassic Park.
Imagine if it's good. Yeah.
A good Jurassic Park movie.
Imagine if they do with Jurassic Park what they did with Predator when they brought Prey out.
Yeah.
Imagine if it's going to be like that. Like, that could be amazing.
Well, we always go in hoping the most. Imagine if Avatar is actually good. Fire and Ash. Imagine
that's too much.
Imagine if Tron Ares is actually good.
No, too much. No, sorry, you're not getting me on that one.
Okay, I tried. Any targets or aspirations this year for you?
What, movie-wise?
I've got a quest I want to set us, and I don't know how we're going to do it, but I want to try and get to the Avatar premiere.
Okay.
I'm going to say it out loud. I'm going to, manifest it into existence. That somehow, if we annoy the right people, and I don't know any of these people.
The premiere or the press screening?
Premiere.
I'll be happy with the press screening, to be fair.
No, because the press screening will start like 7, it's going to be 4 hours long, we're never going to get home. At least if we go to the premiere, it'd be work. James Cameron might be there.
True. If we get the premiere, solid, we'll just get a hotel. Yeah, we'll stay in London.
Yeah. That's our plan, guys. Also, I'd love to do a junket this year if I can annoy the right people.
Okay.
Just one nice big junket. Interview on camera kind of thing. I don't know who that is and where that will go. But again,
that's ambitious, dude.
Manifestation, motherfucker.
Okay, all right then.
But for the extra stuff, we've got Aim High. People seem to enjoy them, especially for a thing that we started by accident way back in the day when we accidentally started a podcast every Friday. So thank you for everyone that keeps tuning in every Friday. The only reason we keep coming back and doing them is because people seem to be enjoying them.
I know something that's going to happen in 2025.
Oh, tell me, is it good?
It's our 100th interview episode.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what also just happened? Do you know what Wallace and Gromit was?
What was Wallace
That
and
was
Gromit?
our 100th review episode.
Was it? No way.
We've reviewed 100
Wow.
sequels/prequels through Unequal Sequel Extra and a couple on another slice as well. So,
wow.
Congratulations. But yeah, we'll be celebrating our 100th interview episode to go with this year. We've got a busy fucking year of all those things. Again, let us people know which ones you're looking forward to the most. unequalsequel@hotmail.com. All that jazz. Rich, we're about to fill you in properly.
Hey, you do my job for me, mate. Yeah,
you got to finish big in a minute. And that's it. Anything else?
No, we should probably wrap it up, mate. This episode's nearly 2 hours
Brilliant.
long.
Rich is now going to let you know how to contact us.
Well, I mean, Dave's told you all through the episode, so if you've been listening, you're going to know. unequalsequel@hotmail.com or on any of the social medias, even the horrible bad one that's run by the evil Elmo dude. Yeah, you can just type in Unequal Sequel and you'll find us. It's not hard. We're there. Let us know what you thought. Let us know your best, worst.
You want to say dream, didn't you? You wanted the same dream.
I was going to say dream, but not dream. And most anticipated for 2025. Tell us what you're looking forward to. We'd love to know. We will read it out if you get it to us before next week when we do the end of month roundup. We'll read out your comments then. Also, if you really love us, get yourself over to Another Slice. Our Another Slice listenership is growing, I've noticed. Lots of people joining us over Another Slice there, so don't miss out on that. It's only $2.99 a month. anotherslice.com/unequal sequel, and you'll get loads of extras, box set mentality, disenfranchised, and extra bits to all our interview episodes. So join us over there for that. Also, please review the podcast. I know we ask this all the time and it must be really annoying, but it really does help us. 5-star reviews. You don't even have to write anything. Just hit 5 stars. It'd be lovely if you could write us a little review. It'd be amazing because it really does help people find us, but also it's going to help us become proper certified Rotten Tomatoes critics, which would be amazing. It'd be a life goal for us achieved. Help us tick that off our list.
And more we turn up in like charts and stuff is more likely to help us with our aims and targets, aka my aims and targets for the year of trying to get junkets or get into a few more press screenings and then eventually get into the Avatar Ash and Fire world premiere or London premiere, whatever it is. If not, I'm just going to sneak in. I'm just going to run at them.
Just get someone to open the fire exit and let you in.
Yeah. If I just run hard enough, they can't stop me. Thank you, everyone. We, like Rich said, that is our roundup episode of January, the first month of 2025. So you send in your thoughts on the sequels we reviewed of Sonic, Mufasa, Wallace and Gromit. Yep. Just had to check. It's been a long month. And your views on this episode. And yeah, let's attack 2025. The year really starts here now, guys. I know everyone's been going for a month, but we are going to start now. So thank you very much for listening. It is a goodbye from me. Bye-bye. It's a goodbye from him.
Bye!
See you on the next one. Sequels to this one. Have a great year. Bye-bye.
I think that's the longest episode we've done when it's just me and you.
Each year, the yearly ones get longer and longer. Because you know why? Because we're getting better and better.
I think we should probably cut out the list of where you read out everything that's coming out.
I'll put it in fast forward. How about that? We do the same thing every year, so it's my moment to shine.
Yeah.
That's my auditions for the football scores. Tottenham 1. Arsenal 4.